viewers, you're welcome to another segment of Leicester Girls. Here with me today is different girls from different countries with different opinions. The topic today is women empowerment. What do you know about women empowerment? Do you want to know about women empowerment? Are you empowered wherever you are? Here with me, I have Hosley from Congo. Sorry, I don't want to get it wrong. Sorry. I got it wrong the first time, so I don't want to get it wrong. And I have Clista.
Yes, from Cameroon.
Clista, did I get it right?
Yes, from Southern Cameroon.
From Southern Cameroon. Yeah. So we're going to talk about women empowerment. We know it's a very big topic, it's a broad thing. But then, girls, what do we all think about women empowerment from where we are? At least we all got common locality. Mm-hmm. So in a way, you can talk about from Cameroon, how Cameroonians are doing to empower their women there and what are the challenges and stuff. I can talk about Ghana because that's where I'm from. Yes. And you're going to talk to me about Congo. It's good to get all the different versions because you know what? We all want to be empowered in a way that will help us because together we move. So what do we think about women empowerment, girls?
Well, it's just different perspective, I guess. But I think to generalize women empowerment, it really to a woman to have a voice, to have a place at work, just like any other man, the same pay.
Yeah.
To change, aspects of lives that are, for example, can be provocative, that is not moving forward, in businesses, everywhere, So it's just about a woman owning your place and knowing when to own the place too, not doing it in an arrogant way. So for me, women empowerment generally is just about a woman who is educated, even non-educated, knows her place and empowering people around her as well as herself.
I also think women empowerment, it could be anything. That's like I said, that's such a broad topic on the women empowerment. And if we're going to go into it, it's probably going to take us weeks or probably days or months because there's quite a lot. But to me, I think women empowerment is about trying to, because there's a lot of gap. If you look at the society that we're living in, there's a lot of, how many presidents or how many prime ministers do you know that are women?
Well, there are not many.
There are not many, exactly.
It is getting better, but there are not many.
Yeah.
But there's other aspect to this women empowerment, which I think we need to encourage, when Michelle Obama started this program, Let Girls Learn, empowering, which is part of empowering girls, I thought that was brilliant because if we are educated to a certain standard, because, for example, there are some cultures who think girls should not go to school. Their place is to be a home and make a home. So if women learn and strive for this leadership position, for the place of authority and power, then we would be able to achieve it, given the modern day society. Though women need to work.
Talking about like girl child, do you have that cultural aspect from Cameroon, where you're from? Because in Ghana, we used to have that. Probably still in the villages or somewhere, they're still there because the culture, the norms of the culture, I'm not sure who set up those rules for the culture, but then we meant to believe.
Exactly.
If you don't have the money and let's say you have a boy and a girl, then you might as well send the boy to school because the boy is a priority. From where I come from, it wasn't more like girls are not supposed to go to school, but then it was more like the guys, the boys are the priority.
That's a similar situation in Southern Cameroon because, like my grandfather had 42 children.
Seriously?
And all the boys went to very expensive secondary schools, and the girls just went to public schools because to him it was not a priority for girls to go to school, so so it's that scenario. So in that situation you see that the culture in that place did not empower women to aspire.
From what I understand, from the start, the girls are already feeling inferior.
Yes. They already limit them to becoming wives and homemakers without empowering them to education, to become lecturers, to become doctors.
But one thing that baffles my mind is when they are saying the boys are priority or the boys are this, the boys are that, who gave birth to those boys?
Exactly. It's the women.
So don't you want an intelligent mom?
Yeah.
Don't you?
Exactly.
You know what? I have a half brother from my dad's side who was very, very, very intelligent. And then I'm very, very intelligent on my own when I was in school. Probably not now, but when I was in school, very, very intelligent. And then I have a sister who wasn't like a medium, not that bad, but not that intelligent. And all the time, my mom used to say, "Oh, my girl got all the intelligence from me." I said, "Oh, what about my half brother then? This sounds like I got it from my dad."
Yeah.
Because my half brother from my dad is also intelligent. So, like, the reason why I'm saying this, don't you want an intelligent man? Because there are a lot of things that we inherit from our parents.
Yes.
So why would you want excuse me to say, illiterate mom? I'm not saying they are not good, but because you know what, we've got the knowledge for education and we've got the knowledge for who.
Yes.
Combining the two is what makes us powerful. Is what gives us the knowledge in overall.
Yeah, I think I could. Sorry to cut. I think I could understand why your grandfather could do the thing. This idea that the man provides in a household. Therefore, if he's going to be providing in a household, therefore he needs to be far in education.
Who said those rules? I want to know.
They're biblical. Don't forget, religion has had an influence in a lot of society.
You are absolutely correct.
Everywhere.
Yes.
So religion in marriage, has influenced. Christianity has influenced. Even me as a Christian myself.
What has Christianity got to do with that?
Because religion has always been part of a culture.
Yes.
It's always like the birth of religion has begun in Africa.
To be fair, you're right, because it's like women obey your husbands.
Yeah, exactly.
But be submissive. But I don't hear the thing men be submissive.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the women being as a Christian. I don't disagree with the women being submissive. For me, when I try to understand women empowerment, it doesn't mean me, for example, as a woman, I got my degree, I got my education. Doesn't mean I can't be submissive. Yeah. However, when you take yourself out of a home, because we all come from a home, but then we are exposed to society.
Yes.
So when you come to society, you find a different perspective from different backgrounds.
And you need to be knowledgeable to face it.
Exactly. That's the thing. Knowledge. That's the most knowledge. Because you have your experiences. But then if you lack the knowledge, you can't really say, just because you had that one experience doesn't mean, now it makes it right. But no, but if you're knowledgeable, you've done your research. And I think that's what we're trying to get young girls, is to become knowledgeable in every aspect
of life. every aspect of society.
Why are you saying, like, when we say women be submissive? I'm not against it. Yeah, I agree. Women should be submissive. So do men should be submissive.
Yeah.
Because if the men think, because probably in the olden days they used to afford all the bills and stuff, because of that they've got a bit of power. So does it mean today, when you're not able to afford the bills and I'm paying, are you going to be doing what I do?
The thing is that society has evolved a lot. There's been so many changes and so many acknowledgement of the role a woman can play in building a country, a nation, and even a society. Starting from the family. So society have moved to this point where they understand that they've laid out some opportunities. Like in some interior places, like the cultures from where we come from, these practices still there, but they are not as common as they used to be. Yes. So we have to also understand that there has been some progress.
We still have a long way to go compared to the Western world.
Yeah, we still have a very long way to go, but there have been some progress. This is why, starting from the home, like this, our generation should be telling our daughters, you can become the president, you can become the prime minister, you can become the director and CEO. Because for example, you started by mentioning that, women are, there are no women prime ministers. In most corporations and board of directors, you mostly see 15 men and 1 woman. You see something like 30 men and maybe 1 or 2 women. So we need to teach our girls to know that they are capable. Do you think
if we get those opportunities, and I do think, sometimes we don't know or we don't consider the power of choice. But then until the choice is taken away from you. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to be able to choose.
Yes.
But you don't.
Exactly.
I have sisters. Growing up, one of them wanted to be a lawyer. And my dad was like, no, you are not going to be a lawyer. You're going to be a doctor. Why? Because lawyers don't always speak the truth. But you know what? That is what is true. Because he seems to think he's a pastor from a different kind of religion with a different... Sometimes I want to believe he's reading a different Bible from what we're reading. But then, that's how it is. And as we speak, he changed my sister. And even though she's doing it, what the dad wants, but she's not really like...
in her heart.
It's not her passion.
So
it's not her passion.
It's the influence that's around us. Then, like, you know, I always say, not one person can't change the world. No, the one person can influence change. It's like we're sitting here, we're talking about women. One woman is sitting down at home thinking, wow, I can just start reading that book. So I think it's how we empower each other as well. It's about the influence that we have
around our own enemies as well.
The influence we have around
Are we being our own enemies as well?
Men are also their own enemies. So
the thing is that there's a bigger problem in the women's section.
The women.
Because you know what? I'm not going to use anyone's experience. I'll use my own experience.
Yes.
When I started, stepping up from where I work here, the very minute I got a promotion, everyone was like, bear in mind, I was literally, I used to, some of my colleagues used to tell me, you might as well get a bed in the shop because you don't go home. I was that flexible. I'm always at work. I was the colleague who the manager can always rely on. Every minute, Lena, we need you, and I'm there. Do you get what I mean? So for all this hard work, to me, I feel like I've worked for it and I deserved it. So that promotion, I truly, truly think I deserved it. And everyone, even the guys in there, but guess what? My own women, and especially the blacks, excuse me to say, in there were like, oh no, she's too young to hold that position. I bet she's sleeping. She's sleeping with some of the bosses at the top. But that wasn't the case though. Yeah. When I get the guys coming to me, congratulating me, and I get my own people doing this. So the bitterness. Sometimes I want to think we are our own enemies because you know what? Sometimes you see your fellow girl, instead of just saying, even if you don't want to say hi, you don't have nothing to say, just go. Don't look at me like I was something else.
You know, the thing is, this story I'm saying it, there's like everybody can testify to this experience. Everyone have their own stories, similar stories of making progress, and the most people who are not celebrating with you are the women around you. So, that's why sometimes you need to put up, we need to educate ourselves enough to know that because a sister is progressing, we should be learning from them. We should be finding out what was the attitude towards work that gave them that promotion. We should develop that attitude. So this is one of the things where if we have to empower ourselves as women to be able to position ourselves in the decision making.
Women have the unnecessary emotions.
Exactly. Talking about emotions.
You become aggressive. You become bitter because you've seen another woman, earning more than you.
But what I would say, looking into the camera, dear woman, your fellow woman is not your competition.
Absolutely.
Probably your competition is your own self. I want to be better than what I am yesterday.
Absolutely. I want to do better than I did last month.
And don't forget, but that also is determined to the person's personal experience. Like if I've worked 10 times, let's say you worked very hard and I worked 100 times harder than you, and I see you get promoted and I'm not promoted, then I'll go completely crazy. Instead of me saying, you know what, she deserved it too. But sometimes it's a person.
No, but what you need to know is, me getting that promotion, I did not promote myself.
Absolutely.
Maybe you were thinking you worked harder than me, but the boss hasn't seen that.
No.
This doesn't make sense. This is what the boss has seen. And you know what? There might be points that they might miss it. But you know what? What did she do to make her job seen?
That's what I was saying. That
why
you should learn
come and have an honest conversation and say, "Wow, congratulations, my sister." So tell me, how did you get there?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. That sometimes you should learn, like, what was your attitude towards work? Because you have to observe. Because sometimes it's not by doing the work, the attitude is that you do the work. It communicates louder than actually getting an excellent job.
I have a very good colleagues at work. They are really, really good. Yeah. Yet sometimes, anytime it comes, do you want to choose the star colleague as in your store? I'm kind of set back. Do you want to choose the best colleague, or do you want to promote someone within your store? I kind of step back because you know what? They are as good as when I'm there, kind of. They will work, don't get me wrong, but they always don't use their own initiative.
I see.
Exactly.
And I'm not that kind of a leader or a manager who will come to you and say, do this. I'm not a tell and do.
You need somebody to think.
Hosley, do this. Hosley, put this, take it from here and put it here. Because if someone or a customer is shopping with a trolley, they might push it. I'll give you reasons.
Yeah.
So, when you get a manager who is a talent, they say, do this, it becomes robotic. When that person is not there, you don't know what to do. But if I tell you to do something, I'll give you the reason why you do it. So when it tells you that when I'm not there, you should be able to see that and address that. Does it make sense to you? Yeah. That's another thing. Exactly, that we need to learn. Sometimes, don't be afraid to ask questions.
That is
during our work and everything. Women, don't be afraid to ask questions.
We should ask questions.
Don't be afraid to challenge, but you need to challenge at the right level. You need to challenge at the right level.
What I don't like, now we're talking about negativities, what I don't like with some women is now that they've become so successful, they've worked very hard. I'm very proud you've worked very hard. But now they're starting to, minimize men. They're trying to say, I don't need a man. I don't need a man to do this. I think that's just wrong. You see how you're saying we're learning? We're not just learning from women, we're also learning from the men.
Exactly.
Yes. That's what profits from one another. All the sexes.
I believe life is a journey and you learn from everyone. Being a woman or man, you learn from everyone. Yeah. And one thing I hate is people looking down upon people. Because you know what? No one is above anyone. Regardless, if you are rich, someone will say stinkingly rich, I'm stinkingly poor. Yes, you can compare yourself to me. If there's a show that who is going to testify, how is it like to be poor? You can challenge me, I will win.
Yes.
And how is it like to have money? You can challenge me. And to be honest, if all of us are to be rich, who is going to be our drivers? Who's going to be our maid? Who is going to be our subordinates?
Everybody is relevant in society. Everybody.
We need to. I think the women, we need to feel relevant. That's the
wherever we are. We need to feel important and we feel relevant.
We don't have to be scared, like I said, to ask the questions. Ask the questions and try to get the answers. And challenge at the right level.
And it's a lot of preconception that most women have. Oh, that can only be done. Like, for example, somebody think that to be an electrician is only for the men. Or to be a plumber that sounds for the men. So the type of those stereotype in society. Then the women, you just have to look pretty, be on TV, do modeling.
I remember in my house, I've lived mostly with women, so my mom, myself, So things like electricity, just to
maybe the fields of God or something.
I was the one who would do it. My sister would call me, oh, can you come and do this for me? Even the painting the house, I painted the house, the living room, everything with my friend who's a guy, but I did it. But sometimes I think, like you said, the pre-stereotype, my sister could be like, oh, can you do it? But I'm like, do you really need a man to just change
the bulb, the light bulb?
That's reminds me of certain men. Women, I'm not saying it's just they don't want to. You could. I don't want to.
There is that self-limitation.
That self-limitation.
We've already put it.
Give it a try. Just do it.
Do it.
So the more you feel, the more you become knowledgeable about
Absolutely.
It. Because we are more
than capable. We are more than capable.
You can only learn from your mistakes.
Absolutely.
Unless you don't learn from it, then that's fine. Because I like to make mistakes. Because the more I make the mistakes, the more I learn. The more I am exposed to all the challenges in the world. You get what I mean? So having said that, like when we say, you are talking about your sister doing that. Me and my household, my mom gave birth to 5 girls. We are all girls, including my mom. So it's like, sis, all of us, like, you just give us a call and say, oh, one of your grandparents or your aunties back home is dead. We'll be all sitting down like this. Oh, Nana, can you go and get me water? No, I'm scared. What if the ghost is there?
Wow.
You know what I'm trying to say? Everybody back. One of my sisters is like, what? Why is it? Come on, let's go.
There's always that one.
There's always that one.
And you know what? I've always loved to be around her because she's kind of, she's very courageous.
She breaks everything down.
Exactly. She'll be like, oh, that bulb is not on. Why? Maybe it's the fuel. Oh, please don't go. You'll be electrified. No, that's the time that she
wants to go.
And I also think
that's my kind.
Women, that sometimes the thing is, I think there's this quote. It says, if you're a woman, you're quiet, you won't change the world, or just something. If you're a well-behaved woman, you don't change the world. I disagree with that. Like, for example, your sister is bold.
Is bold.
But even though she's
fearless.
bold, she can still, like someone who's quiet, your other sister who's quiet, she can still help and contribute to what she needs.
Oh, yes,
so
exactly.
being a woman, we all, just as men, some men are quiet, some men are bold. It goes the same way as some women. Some women are bold. And sometimes we fear within us, our women, because she's bold, because she's beautiful, because she's slim, because she's this.
Yeah,
that's the bit.
And then we limit
But
ourselves.
the thing is, you have it in you, women. You every single one of you have it in you
to be great.
You know what? Having
That's
said that, I've always lived with my parents like that. So when I now moved to UK here, I've been living on my own.
Yeah.
When I was there or anything, let's say we go and buy table from IKEA, she'll be the one who will assemble everything together because I don't know how to do it. Do you know why? Because do you know the reason why I don't know how to do it? Because I've never tried it.
Yeah.
So now I was living on my own. I'll go and buy a table. I have to put it together myself.
That is it.
And I started to learn, actually,
It's not that difficult.
You do it.
that is actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
So these are some of the self-limitations that you said, which is really, really good. That we need to stop. We need to keep trying. Don't be scared to make mistakes. No one is perfect. There's no such person as perfect in this world, apart from probably with our religion, Jesus Christ that we know according to the Bible was perfect. Nobody else is perfect. But we tend to be like, we're scared to make mistakes because someone is watching.
And again,
the person who is watching is the person.
The real thing is that society has placed a lot of
pressure.
That you have to be like this, you have to conduct yourself in this manner, you have to
this figure, you got to be that, and you start starting yourself.
When you're allowed, there's some women are quiet, some women are
you need to embrace your differences.
Yes,
but
if we are the same,
femininity is still there. That's how I see it, because there is difference between man and woman to some extent.
The world will be boring without no
because
difference.
your femininity is you. Does
Absolutely,
that make sense?
yeah.
If every woman is looking like a modeling in this, so the world will be boring.
Very boring.
The world could be different heights.
We need to
sizes,
embrace the differences. I mean, come on, you see someone, you say, wow, her eyes is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, such a big, nice lips. Oh, nice ass, nice legs. Now, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
We all have some parts of our body that we're probably not happy with.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we also have some parts of our body that we're absolutely happy with. Why won't we focus on the parts that we're happy with and enhance it? If it's my lips that is nice, I will wear bright color lipstick and show off my lips.
Yes.
And it will overlook the eyes that is probably not nice.
You know, on the aspect of women, you know, and bodies and shape, you know, this is really very serious because it has caused a lot of low self-esteem to young girls who think they have to be a certain way to feel beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, that's the Western approach of beauty.
Yes.
Exactly.
And this is really terrible. Where we need to start young.
You are saying Western approach of beauty, but then there's another approach in African society. There's another way of beauty. If you have got a flat ass like me,
it's like you're not black.
You got to be like.
I see that. I think I saw this on Tumblr a while ago, and someone commented saying, not all black women have thick thighs. Not all black women have big assets. Not all black women have a wide nose. Not all black. It's just the same as that in every culture, people come with different sizes. It's the same in African culture. So it's like, but I think the thing is the Western has played a huge role everywhere. Yes. You see in India, even when we see Indian women, they're from India, but if you're light skinned, you're considered more beautiful.
I agree.
Exactly.
So even our own culture, we've done it. We used
to be honest, I agree with you, but viewers, at the moment, we're going to go for a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about how the social media is affecting our women empowerment, how is our emotions, how we've become our own worst enemies, how, you know what, we're going to tell you more. So if you don't want to miss it, please stay glued to this Andy TV, please. We'll be right back.
Maintaining the present at the forefront of a global issue with the desire to help others come to a resolve in personal and business affairs is why Andy D Legal and Immigration Associates was established.
We specialize in overseas British passport applications, bails and temporary admission, deportation and detention cases.
The profound pattern in achieving positive results with fragile cases in immigration, nationality, European Union and human rights law, adoption, marriage, divorce, litigation, and so on, up to date, has been broken, and that is why our client base continues to expand.
We also do representations at the UK border agencies and overseas consulate, human rights law, and settlement and leave to remain applications.
We have the right keys to unlock any case across the spectrum of law, locally in London and across the borders in Ghana, where our other branches are established.
We are located at 44 Broadway, Stratford, E15 1XH. Our telephone number is 0203 1300 751.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Girls, as we said, and I'm happy you're still here anyway. So, we've had really such an interesting topic. You know, I'm actually empowered, and I'm actually learning from all sort of things that you guys are saying. I'm really empowered. Like, as I said, what do you think about today's social media affecting the women? Because you know what, as my grandma will always say, the harm has already been done. That generation is gone. So we've got a new era of generation where we can change that. Like I said, in Ghana, I'm not sure whether it's still there. But then if it's still there, I think it's really, really small portion of people who are still thinking of the boys are priority than the men. Now we've got a lot of girls education, which is a priority. There's a lot of ongoing women empowerment programs that has been happening, which is really good. So whatever, like I said, is being done. So this generation, we have to do something to change that mentality. We need to let our daughters know that, you know what, you have no limits to what you can achieve. The sky is only the beginning. You can go. You get what I'm trying to say? What about in Congo? How is it like in Congo?
Well, in Congo, there's only like 3% of women in parliament. And about 37% of young girls who are in school. So you have to consider, with women, we have to consider the influence around, or for example, in Congo, there's a lot of conflicts. So therefore, I always say this, I was born in Congo, well, I grew up in the UK. But if I was in the Congo right now, the age, I would have most likely be pregnant. Not raped, pregnant.
But it wouldn't be a teenage pregnancy. So
it would be a teenage pregnancy. There's a lot of teenage pregnancy. But the reason why I'm saying this is because here in the UK, we have activities for young girls to do. We socialize, there's many things. But when a country, things are already, happening, many negative things happen in the country. There's war, there's conflict.
The only source of happiness is going on.
Exactly. And not even just that, but there is nothing else we do. The education already is poor. We know a lot of sub-Saharan African countries, education is it needs to be pushed more forward. Not just for men, not just for the young girls, but for everybody. So you have to kind of consider that. But in terms of social media, I'm seeing a lot of young Congolese girls globally, doing campaigning, they're doing amazing things. They're promoting, they're empowering young girls. It's not because before it used to be, if you empower another woman I said maybe 10 years or 20 years or so, because the person's already successful. But I love seeing young Congolese women, they're empowering everybody, not just successful women. Everyone, your mom, everyone. So I love seeing that light. So we're bringing more, because a lot of people don't even know where Congo is. So we're bringing more and more Congolese girls in the limelight, showing this is who we are and this is what we're doing. So
do you think a lot of people know where Ghana is?
I
think to me the only famous African country everyone knows is Nigeria.
Everyone knows Nigeria. Don't even talk of Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon, if you ask somebody like, where is that? I was like, next to Nigeria. That's how I always explain it. It's like, where is it
actually next to Nigeria?
Yes, it's border to south of Nigeria.
Is there a difference between Cameroon and Southern Cameroon?
Yes, there's a difference. Southern Cameroon is the English part of Cameroon, then the La République du Cameroon is the French part.
Makes sense.
So, and currently, Southern Cameroon, there have been no school for 3 years because it's a war zone. It's similar to the conflict. It's very similar to the conflict in Congo. So there have been no schools, and women are living in bushes and children, and they're giving birth. And they're still getting pregnant. And those women and girls in the refugee camp, the other days I saw a picture of 20 girls, and if you see their age, they're like 14, 15, and they're all pregnant. And they're all pregnant, and I was so heartbroken. I was like, these are, this is children.
These are our futures.
Our future,
So when these conflicts also help.
Does it
to
mean they don't
hinder.
even have access to all these social medias and stuff?
They don't even have access to social media because they are in concentration camps.
Wow.
You know, so and they get pregnant at very tender age. You even see a 13-year-old girl pregnant, and it's awful.
But the thing is, women and people in all those kind of areas, your source of happiness is not going with a man. I mean, when growing up back home in Africa, we used to have a lot of African cultural games and stuff that we do.
Social media has taken over that. I agree with you.
And traditional, when I was growing up in Southern Cameroons, I used to do traditional dances, African traditional dances.
Every day. When I was in Congo.
There was a lot of, we used to have a game called hide and seek. One will go and hide,
exactly.
for the person. I mean, sometimes we complain about our culture, but sometimes it's good to get in touch with the culture. And I mean, because that even though they might not have access to all these things, but then all these things you don't have to get social media to access it.
That's the problem. When I went to South Africa, I went to volunteer in South Africa like 2 years ago. And because we went to the rural in South Africa, my perception was, okay, of course I didn't think people were going to go around chasing over bush meat. No, I didn't think of, because I knew they were developed. But at the same time, I didn't think that they would be so influenced by the Western and they have influence. But as in terms of social media, they were all on Facebook. They have 5,000 friends on Facebook. 3,000 friends on Facebook. More than me, and I live in the UK. And I was thinking, what is this? So that influence, and I rarely saw young people playing around.
Let's talk about the negative aspects that's affecting our girls of today with the social media. Because you know what? It's how you use it. Social media can be very, very positively, and it can be very, very negatively, depending on how you use it and how you see it. Like we said, the bitterness. When you see, you know what? Let me be honest with you. I have problems. I have issues. But guess what? I'm not going to put my issues on Facebook for you to know. I'm not going to put my issues on Instagram. I will put the glamour side. Like when I travel somewhere, when I'm in my first class, that's where I'm going to put those pictures for you there. But when I'm on a bus, I won't put that picture on there. Sorry guys, I won't. But I still take a bus. You get what I'm trying to say? But when I'm on a flight, even on economy, I won't put. Sometimes I do take economy, but when I'm in first class, business class, guess what? You've seen a lot of pictures of that. Right? So social media shouldn't be everyone will put what you want to know. They're not going to put when you their ugly side on there.
Now when you put your highlights like that, of highlight of your glamorous moments, some people would think that that's the life.
That's the life I live. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
And they will try to be aspiring to that level, doing sometimes ridiculous things to achieve that standard of living. Meanwhile, not knowing that that is your highlights. It's not your everyday life.
You know, my pictures are always caption it and do stuff. And sometimes there's been times that I'm really sick and I'll put it there. There's been times that but funny enough, those I'll probably say awful posts and stuff that, oh, I'm broke, oh, I'm this, and oh, I haven't even done my hair is unkempt, and I'll take a picture and put it there. I don't even get likes for it. But let me put a picture with this glamorous, with branded stuff, and you see about 5,000 likes.
The thing is with
you get what I'm trying to say?
The thing is the human brain.
Exactly.
That we like things because how they look. That's our first instinct. So it plays a role to social media. So for example, if you saw a good looking man, your eyes will go straight and say, that's a very attractive. So it's the attraction that we all like. It's all in us.
That's the thing I want every girl to understand.
They don't know that. When I see young girls who are 15 years old, I'm going to be 24 in a couple of weeks. But when I see 16-year-olds, they look older than me. But when I look at my 16-year-old pictures,
they're not even enjoying their childhood. The other day I saw a picture of Northwest, Kim Kardashian's daughter, who's got makeup, who's got extensions, hair extensions, who's got her mom's long boot high heels, and a lot of comment were, don't rob that child from her childhood.
Exposed. That's
sometimes you got to go through that stage.
That process.
And the other day, if I were here, the other day, Kylie Jenner, part of the Kardashian, was saying that I don't know how it's like to be a child. Because from being a child, they've been on a spotlight. So they've never had a chance to, let's say, go to McDonald's with friends after school.
Could that be she's saying that to get the attention, or she's saying that she's actually acknowledging it? So that's the two things.
It could be. I did like I'm saying. Probably I'm not a mind reader, but she put it there, which is very, to me, was inspiring.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? But it could be like she wanted the attention because they are good in doing those things.
That's what I'm saying.
And it could be like maybe genuinely she misses it, and she says she's never been to
my understanding
homeschooled.
My understanding for that is that she misses that innocent
play.
play.
When you see those go to America and the prom pictures and stuff, she never had that.
Could it be that? Do you think in the next 20 years? Oh, I don't think we're gonna go backwards. I think we're
going worse.
That's what I mean. It's gonna get worse and worse.
Hence, we're gonna go worse. Hence, that's why we're sitting here.
Yeah.
We need to have a lot of programs.
Yeah.
We need
to
educate. We need to tell our fellow women that you know what, I'm not your competition.
I'm not your competition, and social media glamour is not your standard.
It's like, have you recently?
It's not your life.
Yeah. Recently, there's an interview of Tonto Dike, this Nigerian actress.
Yeah.
Who have you heard that?
Yeah.
No, I've heard that.
You've heard of Tonto. She's had a really terrible marriage. I'm not sure. I wasn't in the marriage, so I can't tell much. But then the man have his own story, and Tonto's got his own story. This has been dragging for more than 2 years now. Each and every time they will come and air all their frustrations on social media and stuff. But one thing I know best is this man will go and grant interviews, but because the man is not as famous as Tonto, we don't hear from him. A week or two ago, the man granted an interview saying, "Oh, I wasn't even married to Tonto. I wasn't this." I've got a copy of that interview. Wow. That's why I'm saying it. But the thing is, when Tonto now went and granted her interview a couple of days back, everyone
knew what
the shocking thing is, her own colleagues in those Nollywood people, the females, the men are bashing her. Of course, the men will bash her, but then the women are bashing her. And I said to myself, "Oh, it's been going on. You're not over him. Move on your life." Who gave expiry date for what someone is feeling? Who gave expiry date for someone's
experience? And
this is the pressure.
You haven't been through it.
This is the pressure we women put on
10
each.
years to move on.
This is the pressure we women put on each other. We would castigate
and we never let go.
And then you remember,
we don't let go. But
you remember, it's similar
with her issue. Yeah, there's the constant reminder of her son.
Yeah.
And remember,
anytime he sees that son, is there. And especially when she goes quiet, don't go and grant interviews. Don't go and lie. And this woman is someone who will come with receipts.
Yeah.
She will talk and she'll prove with proof.
I mean, similar thing happened to Tiwa Savage when she poured out her mind, and the whole media they were insulting her. She shouldn't, and she's pretending, she's doing it. Instead of not understanding that this woman is enduring a lot.
A lot.
That's another thing when it comes to women.
When we women, when we get emotional, somebody like Tonto, she'll tend to shout, "No, it's not that." But that is the problem. But the man will calm down, sit calmly like that. I'll be throwing. My friend will say he'll be throwing punches.
We need to be strengthened in our mind. Believe me, to handle this world and to deal with men.
I think we let our emotions take.
Our emotions should be. We should learn. That's one thing we should teach our women: emotional intelligence. Exactly. Because if we have a degree of emotional intelligence, there will be certain things.
You know what? Having said that, this emotional, I learned my one in a hard way. I learned it a very, very hard way. Imagine, like I said, the minute I stepped up as being a manager, I didn't know, even though I was a hardworking girl, I didn't know it comes with a lot of responsibilities and accountabilities.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Even though, you know what, it was hard. It got to a point that you feel like you fixed the whole issue and the next day it all goes crumbled.
Yeah.
It all goes back in. There were issues. There's been times that I'll be standing on the shop floor and I feel like I want to shout, I want to cry. There's been times that I'll break down, and funny enough, none of the female managers actually came to console me. The men, they will grab me and say, "Come on, you don't do this." They will take me to a room and will be like, "No, leader, that's not how it works. Even if you are that sad or if you want to cry, don't cry in presence of your colleagues.
Yeah.
It shows weakness."
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? My one was tough. It got to a point that I said, "No, I can't do it. I just want to come and work as a colleague and go." I think I can. And to be honest, all my mentors throughout my career, there's none of them who's been a woman. All my mentors
you have mentioned something. Can I just say, women in position of power should be good mentors. We don't mentor another women very well. That is something we need to. That is another aspect we need to strengthen.
You know, we need to do that. But from my previous job that I do, we used to get measured on that.
Yeah.
Because you need to be able to develop people.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and brag, but throughout my new job, I haven't yet, but I'm on the way developing people. I haven't yet.
That is how.
But my old job, I can confidently sit here and say, I developed about 6 people.
Yeah.
And they are now all in managerial roles.
Amazing.
Which
and that's
is
what
good.
Success is. Success is the impact you leave in other people.
Exactly. You know what?
That is how it measures success.
That's where you sit back and you know what? Sometimes someone will come to me and looking for a job, blah, blah, blah. I say, go to this store and ask of this person, and that person will give you a job.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's developing. This is why I see in Africa when we're all from Africa. So if we had this mentality of developing one another, not just empowering, developing meaning that the person
do you know how nice is it?
It is amazing.
When you develop, you know what?
You developing skills.
Growing up, I've got a really tight circle of friends, and through the tight circle of the friends that I have, probably I'm the poorest, maybe, because it's and not that they are born rich or whatever. Probably out of all of them, I'm the one from a decent home. Probably not like a poor home, but a decent home. They all work for it, and they are self-sufficient. So out of all of them, I'm probably will say I'm the poorest. But having said that, it's so relaxing, so peace of mind, because you don't tend to get a friend calling you, oh, Lena, can you borrow me 20 pounds? I'll give it to you now. So do you know how is you be everyone is
because everybody is doing well around you.
Everyone is doing well.
And that is where we should be.
That's what we need to do.
That's what
we need to do in Africa.
Because if I have a friend and you are nowhere, you're not self-sufficient, what is going to happen? Because as a friend, you should be able to support a friend. And the friend will call you at the end of the month, I don't have money to pay my rent. Why are you going to sit back and watch your friend being thrown away?
No.
And you don't want to be doing that all the time. Mind I have because of the sort of friends that I have. Why don't we take everyone along? It's a journey. We need to take them along.
And don't forget, if we had a mindset, I keep bringing it back to Africa. We had a mindset. You're developing, Cameroon. You're developing Ghana. I'm developing Congo. That's what you call development work. And I think sometimes with us Africans, even women, because there are women that are billionaires in Africa. They exist. I think the one of the richest women in the world is Nigerian. She's Nigerian. She's richer than Beyonce. She's one of the richest women. And you think it's Oprah Winfrey, but no, it's not. It's in Africa. I know. We say, oh no, that's the same Africa. And so if Africans in Africa can develop each other, imagine we, the ones in diaspora, can do.
Exactly.
We do far better.
Sometimes I made that decision that I will start by one person at a time.
You know what? That is a very, very good thing.
Yes.
But we're going to come to it. We need to go to a quick commercial break and come back. Please stay glued to NDD TV and we will be right back.
Maintaining a presence at the forefront of a global issue with the desire to help others come to a resolve in personal and business affairs is why NDD Legal and Immigration Associate was established.
We specialize in overseas British passport applications, bails and temporary admission, deportation and detention cases.
The profound pattern in achieving positive results with fragile cases in immigration, nationality, European Union and human rights law, adoption, marriage, divorce, litigation, and so on, up to date, has been broken, and that is why our client base continues to expand.
We also do representations at the UK border agencies and overseas consulate, human rights law, and settlement and leave to remain applications.
We have the right keys to unlock any case across the spectrum of law, locally in London and across the borders in Ghana, where our other branches are established.
We are located at 44 Broadway, Stratford, E15 1XH. Our telephone number is 0203 1300 751.
Hi viewers, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. We are in the final part of the program, and then Callista. Is it Callista?
Yeah, Callista.
Callista.
Yeah.
Do you know why I call you Callista?
No, I
because
don't.
I know someone called Callista who doesn't really like me.
Oh.
So I hope you do like
I know.
me.
Okay. That's why I'm Callista, not
That's why
Callista likes you.
So we have Callista as we go in, and we still have Horsley here. So now, because it's the final part, what can we do as young girls? I know probably few people are going to watch this. How do we spread the news? What do we do? What can we do to change the story?
Yeah, I think it starts with you, really, as an individual,
Actually,
as a woman.
with me.
Yeah, it starts with
alright,
us.
cool.
It starts
I'm
with
doing
you,
my bits.
Because when I see you, for example, if I've never met you, I'll say, oh, that woman is beautiful. She's dressed well. She do this, and I want to approach you, say, oh, how this. So it's about how
Being
you want people
receptive.
to exactly
Yeah.
how you want people to approach you, and that
I don't
starts
think
with
I'm
you.
that approachable, to be honest.
Some people may not be. You have to get to know them. So also
Yeah.
giving
Because,
yourself that time that everyone has different experience. I think
Yeah.
that's how empowerment starts, because you can't just go and tell people project this and that.
Yeah.
You have to consider the experiences they've had. All of us come from different backgrounds. We're
Yeah.
all women, yes, but I have my different experience. You guys have your different experience. So it starts with you. How do you even empower yourself every day? Because if your
Exactly.
mindset is terrible,
Ooh, yeah.
you can't empower me.
I mean, you have said an amazing thing. How do you empower yourself? Because foreign events, sometimes it tells us how to position ourselves in society for
Different
greatness.
person from
Yeah.
different
If we are not
countries.
aware of what is happening, then we will not. And there's one thing as well, like us women, there's so many things in our own home that we allow it. You tell somebody, like I visited a friend as a young girl, my age mate, and she's married. So I was like, oh, can you turn on the heating? It's cold. And it's like, oh, my husband will come. And I was in my mind,
God.
how would you
Here we
not
go.
know in your home
You know,
how to turn on the heating?
Yeah.
You know, we need to be
So
aware.
she doesn't know how to turn it on.
She doesn't know how to get the heating on in her own home. So these simple things.
What
that
if your
we-
husband dies one day?
Exactly.
Well, with my one, I'll probably not say to that extent, but I probably believe my mom is guilty because, oh, I've been sent this letter from the telecom, and your dad is not at home. I want you to come. And
That's most of our moms in that generation. That's most of them.
No, you know why
my
this?
mom is well educated. She was a company secretary, but she just what I see, she just can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Because it's always been somebody's always been taking care of that.
Of
So
that.
now if my dad is not around, somebody else
Must have to take care.
Yeah, do it.
You know, we need to start from us taking that responsibility in our environment, being in charge, being aware, strengthening our minds.
Aware, that's the
Yeah,
word.
aware.
I like that word. You got to be aware of your own self, aware of your
of the
conscience.
environment.
Personally, me, I know that most of the time I'm not approachable. And it's not like I don't like people or whatever it is. But I posted this, Cardi B posted this, and I said, this is so me. This is so me, because sometimes I'm walking around and I'm having conversation in my fucking thoughts.
I do like all the time. It's like normal.
I'll be having conversation in my thoughts.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be going to work and I'll be like, when I go, I've got to do this, that. I've got
Simple.
to do this.
I actually
Maybe
run.
You're in your own world.
I'm in my
Yeah.
own world, and sometimes there's been times that people say, oh, good morning would have helped. I say, oh gosh, I'm sorry, good morning, how are you?
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. So if you see me around and you feel like I'm really, really approachable. So please, I'm
I think
always
it's getting
having a
to know them.
conversation.
Even me, when I was at uni, I think a lot of people probably thought I was not approachable, like don't speak to her, or she speaks about serious stuff. Like some women, like I'm very serious, I like to talk about serious stuff. But like I said, some people, maybe you just focus on that one specific thing.
Exactly.
So you don't want to
Yeah.
be distracted. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean the person is not approachable.
Yeah.
It's just the person doesn't want to be distracted. So it's got to do with you and accepting people, you know,
For
accepting
who they
other
are.
women.
Exactly
yeah.
for who they are.
Accepting women. And because
That
you
that
can even
that
help
word
them.
acceptance is good.
Yeah, you
don't
can even
try to
help
change
them.
anyone. Accept.
You accept them, because some women, they need, because everyone, we all come from different parts of the world. Some people, they need that push. Some people, they're ready, but not everyone is ready. Like you're ready. Some people, some women they need that.
No, I need a push. Guys, push me.
Some people need that push in the world. They're like, they need to be told you're beautiful. They need to be told you can.
Oh,
they need to be told this.
Please tell me. Yes, you are
really. It's true. I mean, you're absolutely right. Some people need to be reminded of their potentials because sometimes they don't realize that they are capable of many great things. So if you're in a position you can see in someone that they are able, you have to remind them until they come to that consciousness.
Reality,
if they come to that consciousness that they are capable, then you will see that they will take action.
Blossom.
Yes.
You are right. And what about it? Like I said on the social media, we only put the good stuff. Me, sometimes I put the bad stuff. Anyone who follows me on social media knows both sides of me. It's not always glamorous. Sometimes it's really bad. Yeah. Like I said, there's been times that I go broke, guys. Yeah. So don't always think, so don't always think it's always like that. So don't get intimidated by someone's picture or someone's dressing.
Comparison.
If you are wearing Louis Vuitton, I'm wearing Riviland. How about that?
It's clothes.
It's clothes. You are clothes.
Like
I said, brag about your richness and I'll brag about my poor. I mean, there's been, being poor, it takes skill to be poor. It takes skill. It takes real management.
It gives you extraordinary managerial skills.
I'm telling you, you don't do management in school, but you end up having a PhD in management. Trust me. Because you know that, what, this money that I've got, I'm not going to get any other money till the end of the month. Therefore, I need to manage this bloody money. So it forces you to crack your brain to make sure my bills are covered, my food, my travel, my this, my that. It takes skills to be poor. But guess what? If you put a rich man in my position for 1 week or 1 month, that person can survive.
They can't.
They won't be able. It's the experiences that you've had of being poor. It has strengthened you to know how to manage.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
And it has exposed me to a different world.
Because some people are very rich, but someone else pays the bills for them, pays this for them, does everything, and they don't know how to do anything. And the same with all poor.
Having said that, because of that, if you look at the rich people in the world, the people who started from the bottom, they become more richer and richer because they know what it's like to be poor.
Yes.
And because they got good managerial skills.
You become wise.
But if you are born into it and the money is there, trust me, there's been, time changes.
And another thing in women is, first of all, get self-awareness. Because when you get self-awareness and you are content with who you are, where you're not, you mentioned competition, that you are not in competition with anybody
else.
You have a unique DNA, you have a unique fingerprint. That shows that your uniqueness is you. Exactly. You have your purpose is not for everybody, and it's not for everybody to even understand. So, and if you are focused on achieving your dreams and your purpose and following your passion, there is no way you will have time to be troubled.
That is the problem,
on social media. You see, some people do that. It's
like this morning I've been telling you guys I'm so tired. I'm tired because I had a long day yesterday. So do you think my only day of rest, I have time to go and think about somebody?
Exactly. Or think that this person have a Gucci bag and I don't.
I don't.
It's the mindset. It's all in your mind. Some things people we're seeing it. We're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you, but you're seeing there's something wrong with you. So it's got to do with your mind. If you set your mind, that's a problem. I see with young girls. They want to dress sexy at 50. Why are you dressing sexy at 15 years old? You don't need to. So it's got to do the mind, what they're seeing around you. Just in every aspect where you are, like whether you're a 15-year-old girl,
you can be sexy and classy at the same time.
I just feel a 12-year-old girl, 15, that's not your
But to be honest, as a 12-year-old girl, you should probably, whatever you put on has to get the authorization of your parents. But your parents need to see your dressing.
You have mentioned this thing. I think some parents too needs to know that they have to train these children in the way they should go.
You reminded me of something. Growing up, at the age of those ages, 12, 13, my grandmom sees me not to wear jeans. Because I think I was kind of a bit chubby growing up. So at that age, I used to have this tiny bit of hips and stuff. And my mom would send me some nice jeans from abroad and I'll wear with my t-shirt and all. I used to be like, I look like a bloody 18 years girl going. So I was
you have to consider the body type
exactly.
You have.
I was seized not to wear, and as of that time I didn't understand. I used to think my grandma doesn't like me. Why is it that my mom has brought me dresses and you don't want me to wear them? So anytime I call my mom, I'll be bashing my grandma. Oh, she's not a good woman. I hate her. I'll make her so rest in peace. But you know what? Now I understand.
Yeah. So it's this like we're talking about women being sexy. Not all women like being sexy, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So it's just it's
personally,
just
I don't
not
like
always about. It's not always about how you look as a woman. It's not always about what you're wearing.
Exactly. What is it there? Your mentality,
what's in your mind, how you influence people around.
Absolutely. It's really.
How am I impacting my own mother at home?
Yeah.
If I can't empower my own mother at home, I can empower someone else in the outside world.
How I empower my sisters? How am I empowering the girlfriends around me? You know, that's why I was mentioning earlier that you start with one person at a time. You know,
don't get too many people and get distracted.
One person at a time. One person at a time.
Even with women like Winnie Mandela, for example, you know, who passed away. I think it was last year she passed away.
Yeah.
You know, even Winnie Mandela, she started the movement. Didn't start with just 100 people came to attend to talk about this. It probably was just 2 people. They sat down at the table.
Yeah.
So it's discussing with each other as women. You know, I have a friend, we do activism. There's only 2 of us, and one day we know it's going to be 20. But it starts with us first. How are we cooperating? How are we communicating? Communication is so important.
So what we're going to do is find out ways to our viewers from Clista. Did I get? Is it Clista?
Yes, Clista. The Clista that likes to be the Calista.
Yeah, not the Calista that hates me. I know that. Yeah.
So you know, we've been talking so many things about women empowerment and personal development. You know, we should also know that it is very important in society nowadays. Things are moving very fast and changing very quickly.
Yeah.
So acquiring knowledge and awareness cannot be overemphasized. Exactly. That we should seek understanding, knowledge, and awareness so that we'll be able to position ourselves in society where we'll be useful to ourselves and everybody around us.
Good. Housley.
Well, with me, I could just say, you know, like I said, it starts with you as a person. What are you doing to empower yourself? How do you look after yourself? Because, you know, emotions, you know, it projects you project it to another person. How you feel about yourself, people will see. If you're negative about yourself, people feel negative around you.
Exactly.
You know, if you boast about money, people are like, no, I don't want to be around her. She's always talking about money. So it's about you. Do you sometimes feel comfortable being in you that other people can rely and say, you know what, I learned something from this person. I learned something from that woman. Because even a woman that we see on TV, I'm sure there's people who don't like them, but I'm sure that there are those who around them that they are influenced to say, I can assure that this woman is empowering me in this aspect of life, So empowerment is not just about being known in a big being a president, a woman being a president, or being empowerment. It starts at home. Your young girls, if you're a mother, how are you empowering your young girls who are at home? What kind of advice are you giving them? Because they will face the world on their own one day. Yeah. So that's the thing. It's about a mother who's at home. How are you empowering yourself? A woman, and married, not married, single, wherever you are in the world, how are you looking after yourself that other people around you can say, you know, this person is a positive role model for myself and people in my community. So
yeah, wow. Is there anything else for me to say? No, really, because you guys have said everything that we need to say. Like they all said, you need to be aware of yourself, be aware of your emotions. Women, we tend to be very emotional, and sometimes those emotional, it goes negatively against us in a lot of places, especially our workplace. Like I gave a typical example of how I used to be. So we just have to be aware of ourselves, aware of how people feel around us. You know, like I said, I'm always having a whole conversation in my thoughts. So if you see me and you feel like, oh, this woman doesn't like, no, I'm really a nice person, maybe.
There you are.
So they've said everything that we need to know. Those generation is gone. What can you do to help your fellow women? Can we not feel intimidated? Can we not feel scared to ask questions? Can we be a bit positive? Should we focus on the positive side of our life more than the negative? Don't think, oh, I haven't got eyes, therefore I can't. Oh, but you got a bloody legs. Show your legs. Please. They said everyone's got positive and negative. Let's all concentrate on the positive. Let's our environment feel the positiveness. Our friends, our mom, our sisters, everyone around us. and see how it could change the next generation. We all got things that we need to do. We all here for a purpose. We all here to help each other. We shouldn't look down. Don't be bitter because your fellow woman is going up. Please join her. It's a movement. Let's all go together. Yeah. So we will come again another time. We're going to say thank you to our guests. She'll be coming in anytime we want her. We're really happy having you here.
Our show, don't forget.
Yeah, we know about that. You're going to do adverts. Have you paid for that? I'm going to tell my producer about it. So she's Hosley from Congo.
Yes.
I love her positivity anyway. And she's Calista. The good thing is I have one Calista who hates me, but this one is Calista who likes me.
Yes.
So that's the difference. So until we meet again on Andidi TV, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. There's a lot of fantastic programs that goes on here. We got health, our political shows, and please subscribe so you get notifications anytime we post a program. Till we meet again, let's talk girls. Should we all say bye to our viewers?
Bye.